Hey everybody, welcome back to Drinks and a Movie. Chris Hamker back with you. Today we'll be talking about Tom Cruise's Mummy. I mean, not Tom Cruise's mother that bore him into the world. Tom Cruise's new movie, The Mummy, from the Universal Monsters. Alright, so let's start with the drink. So today's drink is called the Mummy Cocktail. And really, I'm not sure why it's called the Mummy Cocktail. I googled mummy cocktails and this is what came up. But I do have my mummified old-fashioned glass. Or is it just a glass wrapped in toilet paper taped together by Scotch tape? There's no way of knowing. Anyway, let's make this drink. So this drink is really simple. It consists of 2 parts vodka, 1 part triple sec, a dash or so of lemon juice, and then into a old-fashioned glass with ice. Fill the rest of it up with club soda, and it kind of stirs itself with the bubbles. So let's make the drink and talk about The Mummy. So The Mummy is directed by Alex Kurtzman and stars Tom Cruise as Nick Morton, a soldier slash antiquities finder slash scoundrel slash Tom Cruise. And sort of all of those things. Anyway, he's out with his partner in Iraq, which is now Iraq, which was ancient Mesopotamia, and he comes across a sarcophagus buried deep within the ground and discovers that this is some ancient evil that has been hidden for thousands of years. Let's try this drink. Here's to the... Oh, pretty good. Here's to The Mummy. Okay, so before I go into my review, I want to give a little bit of background context on this whole thing that's going on for those of you who are not already aware. The Mummy is the introductory movie into Universal's Dark Universe. It's a lot of universes. But it's going to feature these fine actors. Yep, it's going to feature Russell Crowe's Dr. Jekyll, Johnny Depp's Invisible Man, Javier Bardem as Frankenstein's monster, Sofia Boutella in this movie as the Mummy, and Tom Cruise fits in there somewhere. And I think they're all going to have their individual movies and then culminate in one big movie a la The Avengers. I think I'm one of the few that's actually really intrigued by this idea. Universal monsters were the original shared universe back in the 30s and 40s. And I think shared universes are kind of fun. I mean, Marvel has had great success with this stuff, and you know, Universal's hoping to do the same. Unfortunately, The Mummy was not the best way to start off their big shared universe. Okay, so let's start with what I did like about this movie. Russell Crowe, and that's it. No, I mean, I'm kidding, sort of. I mean, look, Russell Crowe is easily the best part of this movie. His take on Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was all menacing and kind of fun and funny and interesting and a little scary all at the same time. And it looked like that he was having really an actual good time in this universe. Look, I also like a lot of the ideas of this movie. I like the idea of a shared universe, like I said before. I like the idea of a female mummy, and Sofia Boutella did a really good job for what she was given. I like the idea that it's set in the present day. It's just that the filmmakers didn't take any of these really cool ideas and make them interesting in really any way. And so this brings me to my negatives. This movie just did not know what it wanted to be. I mean, it didn't embrace its campy nature, but it still tried to inject comedy and this quippy banter and humor. And Tom Cruise, I love you, man, but you cannot do quippy humor. You just don't have it in you, buddy. I mean, this movie also tried to be an action movie, but besides that zero-G plane sequence you see in the trailer and Russell Crowe's action, none of the other action was interesting or inspired or compelling. I mean, did this movie want to be a horror movie? I hope not, because it really wasn't very scary. I mean, all these parts they were trying to like push together, and it just didn't fit together in any kind of cohesive way. I mean, did the movie want to be, you know, this funny, campy action horror romp? I don't know. I don't know what it wanted to be. I don't think the movie knew what it wanted to be. Tom Cruise sure as shit didn't know what the movie was supposed to be, because he spent half the movie looking like this. I mean, he just looked lost throughout most of this movie. There was even this character played by Jake Johnson that was stolen directly. I mean, Seriously, if the screenwriters didn't know this, they're idiots. But this is stolen directly from American Werewolf in London, and they just don't do anything with it. That character in American Werewolf in London is actually really funny, played by Griffin Dunn. And this character, they tried to do that, but then went nowhere with it. Look, this movie isn't offensive in any way. I wasn't bored. I didn't feel the need to walk out or anything like that. It's not a bad movie. It's just that it doesn't do any one thing particularly well. It's just okay. So I'm going to give this movie 2.5 drinks out of 5. It would have been a lot better if they would just kept their focus and knew what they really wanted to do. Look, thanks so much everybody for joining me. If you like this, please like, share, and subscribe down here at the bottom. Cheers everybody. Have a drink on me. Bye-bye.